This Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly cloudy good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. We're having ourselves a good day today. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Jonathan Dent. And it looks like, Jonathan, some of our farmers have dodged a bullet here so far.
So far, we'll see how it holds up.
Yeah.
Definitely more clouds than what we saw yesterday.
Radar doesn't really look all that promising, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Started the morning off a whole lot warmer than what we did just back a couple of days ago. We were looking at 30, 32, 34, 35 degrees. Back then, 55 was the low overnight in Midland. Normal high for this time of the year is 59. So that just kind of gives you an idea how warm it was. Saginaw, Mount Pleasant, Owasso, all coming in at about 54. Gray was looking at 53. That was the low temperature this morning. Houghton Lake, Gladwin, Bay City, Vassar, Caseville, Lapeer, Harbor Beach, Ithaca, all starting above 50 degrees, 51. And it looks as though the temperatures really haven't gone up all that much since the overnight lows. What are we looking at right now, John?
No, right. What did you say our overnight low was?
It was 54, but I think it's cooler than that right now.
We cooled off, actually. Out at the airport, 53 degrees. Downtown Midland's at 53. Here at Radio Center, we're at 54, so we haven't gone down too much. South wind still 9 miles per hour. We've got a barometric pressure falling. Right now it's at 29.78.
Low pressure system over on the west side of the Upper Peninsula, and it's trying to push a front through. There has been some real light rain shower activity reported earlier this morning and still hanging around over on the west side of the state along the Lake Michigan shore. The band of precipitation we're watching right now is coming up from Indiana. It's across the border, the lower peninsula here, over Indiana and western portions of Ohio, northwestern parts. That system is moving in a northeasterly direction. So if it does miss, this particular one misses the immediate Great Lakes Bay area, it's going to roll right across Michigan's thumb. So, so far, the thumb area has been devoid of any precipitation. Matter of fact, I think down in the Detroit area, last time I looked, they were looking at partly sunny skies down there, weren't they?
Well, let me see here. We got some light rain in the southwest side of the state. I'm not seeing any sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Iron Mountain is our only partly sunny that I'm seeing here.
Yep. Let me see. Right now I've got Grand Rapids. They're reporting partly sunny.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit has partly sunny skies right now, but a lot of clouds and light rain. Hillsdale, some light rain. Adrian, some light rain. Jackson, Mason, Battle Creek, Benton Harbor, Coldwater, Fremont, Marshall, a lot of those, Muskegon, South Haven. They're reporting rain shower activity, and the temperature's not really much warmer than what it is right now for us here in the Great Lakes Bay area. The low is trying to push that front through, so eventually it is going to make it. But as we mentioned yesterday, there's not a whole lot of temperature variance ahead of and behind that front. So I'm not anticipating a lot of rain out of this particular system for us in this part of the state. Now, southern Michigan, I think south of the 69 corridor, once again, they're going to pick up some heavier amounts of rain. And it does appear as though over in the Flint area, not so much here over the noon hour, but later on tomorrow afternoon and early tomorrow night, there is going to be some isolated heavier rainfall amounts. So we'll just have to keep our eye on that. But that is going to be very spotty. And as I said, very isolated. So overall, if we pick up a half inch of rain, I think that's going to be about it. But hopefully you're lucky and you won't get any more than that. If it does, again, it's going to be very isolated, and the coverage on the heavier amounts of rain is not very great at all. So cloudy rainy skies picking up in intensity, well, in coverage area anyway, as we go through the afternoon. Now we're going to warm up a little bit. We should be right up about 58, 59 degrees. We peaked out at 63 yesterday.
Yeah.
And that was like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and it stayed up there for a little bit, and then it kind of started to drop
Then it
off.
started to taper off, but not a lot. Looking for a low tonight of right around 50. So we're still going to be quite mild with rain showers around, southwest breeze, 7, 8, 9 miles per hour in the evening. We're going to get a little gusty wind here this afternoon. Clouds, light rain shower activity around, especially in the morning, tomorrow morning. We'll peak out at about 58 tomorrow. Widely scattered showers, but as I said, tapering off as we go through the day. And don't be surprised if during the day tomorrow we get some sun. There is going to be that strong possibility, and that's what's going to boost those temperatures up. Now, Friday night, there is going to be the chance of seeing an isolated system move through. But again, the word isolated is going to be very spotty. We'll drop down to about 42 for a low tomorrow night. And then on Saturday, if there is going to be any precipitation, it's going to be right off the bat in the morning. 52, we're going to have a northwest breeze on Saturday. So getting back to that north and northwest type scenario. 52 for a high on Saturday, partly cloudy skies Saturday night. 35 is what I'm looking at. Some forecasters looking at a little bit warmer on Saturday night because they think there's going to be a few more clouds around. I don't think so. I think we're going to get a little bit chillier, but we definitely will chill down on Sunday. Many of you will see 32, if not colder. On Sunday night, mostly sunny skies during the day, 50 for a high on Sunday. Then the warming trend kicks in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, middle 50s on Monday, low 60s and mid 60s Tuesday and Wednesday before we begin to cool down just a little bit toward the tail end of the work week next week because another system is going to be affecting our weather. Incidentally, we're going to have another low pressure system cruise through here. I want to say late Friday night, and that's why we're going to see that chance of some precipitation late Friday night and then into the morning hours on Saturday. Record high in the state is 80, set back in 1920. Incidentally, 1920 was the warmest ever, 19th of October. 80 was our high, 56 was our low. The coldest ever, October the 19th, was in 1972. Some of you might remember this one. 39 was our high and 21 was our low on the 19th of October in 1972. A year ago today, warmer. 71 was our high, 57 was our low, and a trace of precipitation. Speaking of trace of precipitation, 1992, we had a trace of snow.
Really?
Here.
Wow.
In the Great Lakes Bay Area. Matter of fact, 1989, we had just under a half inch.
Wow.
So that kind of gives you an idea.
We're starting to get into those.
We're working our way close.
That time of year.
Mm-hmm. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. Standing by, who do we have, Jonathan?
We'll be talking with Melinda Sweeney from the Andersons. She'll start out our market report today. Then we'll head over to Oppenheimer, as always, and talk with Doug Klein. All of that's coming up, but first, the weather report today has been brought to you by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
They say there's a secret to growing a great crop. At Nutrien Ag Solutions, they beg to differ. It all starts with a strong foundation, and when it comes to fertilizer, there's no question that Titan XE drives dry fertilizer performance. They've been unlocking the potential in every prill of dry fertilizer with biocatalyst technology for over a decade. Visit lpi.ag/Titan or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant to drive your crop's potential today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are licensed to serve all of Michigan. with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, their agents, you can get a hold of them on their cell for questions or emergencies, or you can call the office at 989-868-4722. It's all about being prepared. Cover yourself against the bad things and take advantage of the good. Working with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency and by the folks at Ed Raymond and Sons, quality clothing and shoes since 1919. Carhartt's, Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer accessories, all available right now at Ed Raymond's, 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. We say good morning to Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons. How you doing this morning, Melinda?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, not too bad. The markets, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, we are up a little higher this morning. Currently, we have corn up 2, beans down 1, and wheat up 1. A lot of variability here nearby in the market. Yesterday and this morning on the overnight, we were trading around 13.17 on beans, which is right around that 200-day moving average of 13.18. We've fallen back off of that about 11 cents here this morning, which is making it a little more difficult to push through that. If we can push through that, that shows a little more maybe price movement moving forward. In the bean market, a lot of eyes still on South America and South American weather, as they are a little drier down there. Corn had some recent gains yesterday and this morning on the overnight, mostly with crude oil being a little higher. It's down just a tick this morning, which also helps with wheat too. A lot of eyes on the Australian wheat crop and the India's wheat crop and what their output will be there this year. So a lot of moving parts going into the market this week, as we've been used to over the past year, and it doesn't seem like it's going to slow down.
No. So right now on the board, what do you have?
Yeah, nearby new crop corn, we're at 420. January corn, 463. New crop 24 corn, 454. Sorry. Nearby beans, 13. Nearby beans, 1230. January beans, 1284. New crop 24 beans, 1190. Nearby red wheat, 485. New crop 24 red wheat, 565. Nearby white wheat, 549, and new crop 24 white wheat at 630.
Melinda, thank you. You have a great day, okay?
Thanks, you too.
You bet. Melinda Sweeney over at the Andersons standing by. We've got Doug Klein. Market Report brought to you by Steiner Tractor. New parts for old tractors made easy, real easy, and they can accommodate you right now. 800-234-3280, or take a look at their website. Maybe you can do something there. SteinerTractor.com, because they understand how your life and job both stop if your tractor stops running. And the Market Report also brought to you by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain. Vic Huffer's ready to take care of any questions you might have. He's a certified crop advisor, and he's been telling us that corn growers and soybean growers have been finding some surprises out there in their fields. Might be a good idea to be in touch with Vic, because like we said, he's got the answers to a lot of your questions. Serving you since 1983. We're serving you is their business, Freeland Bean and Grain. Doug Klein, good morning.
Well, good morning.
What are we looking at now?
Well, it's been another wild day already. Powell's talking this afternoon, but seems to me he doesn't have much ammunition as far as hurting us anymore, like talking about raising interest rates. The 10-year is already playing around 5%, so that's pretty difficult for a country that's trillions of dollars in debt to cover that interest payment. They say home sales dropped to the lowest level since 2008, so that's a pretty big hurdle to get over. What else? Oh, hey, I saw a big wind farm going in off of Martha's Vineyard. They're going to run about 62 of those 13 megawatt windmills. They are 800 feet high. So
Martha's Vineyard? Really?
Yeah, really. You know, I thought those boys had enough money to say no to everything, but apparently,
Wow.
apparently they're going to do her. So all interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But I think that's going to go up in the next year. They've got the preliminaries in and everything, so it's just a matter of putting the actual structures up and running with it. So it's going to be huge, because our typical windmill around here maybe 2 or 3 megawatts.
Mhm.
So these are 13 apiece, so it's going to be a big deal. So we'll see.
Well, you get rid of all those gas stoves in New York, you got to have something to work with.
Yeah, because they're definitely illegal, unethical, and all that stuff.
Well, yeah.
But Tesla had their earnings today, and they disappointed too. And oh boy, I thought they were guaranteed, because they were the electric car blessed by the government, Elon Musk, and all that. So that whole industry is looking horrible, or horribler than it used to be horrible yesterday. Now it's horribler yet. A bunch of new lows on all the electric car companies and everything like that. So hard to say what's going to stop that knife from falling, but who knows? Well, anyway, here's your numbers. The December corn is 493 3/4, up 1 3/4. The March corn is 506 1/2, unchanged. November soybeans 1309 1/4, down 1 3/4. March soybeans 1333, down 7. December wheat is 582 1/4, up 2. March wheat is 608, unchanged. Crude oil is 88.43, that's up 11 cents. Heating oil is 314 1/2, that's up half a penny. Gasoline 235.71, up 0.3 of a penny. Natural gas is at 362 1/2, that's down 8 cents, 2%. The numbers came out today, and there was a fair build in natural gas because we don't have any cold weather yet, and production was pretty high too. So over to currencies, Canadian dollar, U.S. dollar buys $1.3704 Canadian, that is down 11 ticks. The dollar buys 149.83 yen, that's down 9 ticks. The euro's at 105.74, up 39 ticks. The dollar's at 106.28, down 28 ticks. Gold's at 1970.90, up $2.60. Silver's 23.03, down 7 cents. Platinum's at 880.80, down $7.90.
You have a good one, Doug.
Thanks. You too.
You bet. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Going to take a quick break, and who's up next, Jonathan?
We'll be talking with Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency right after this.
It happens after every commercial building gets built.
That looks great, boys. Wow, what a change. The owners are going to be thrilled.
Even after cleaning out the garage or shed. That leftover scrap metal can be a burden, but it doesn't have to be, and it can make you some cash. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal is a metal recycling company that'll pay you cash and recycle your metal for the future. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal also makes it easy. We can provide containers for industrial manufacturing facilities and small specialty shops for moving and storing scrap metals. Looking to scrap a vehicle? We got you. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal in Saginaw, just north of the Dow Event Center. Also located in West Branch, 1 mile off I-75 and M76. Schedule a car pickup or check metal prices now at rifkin-co.com. Rifkin Scrap Iron and Metal, recycling today for tomorrow.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, offering competitive, consistent prices for your soybeans. Give them a call for a quote today. Hey, predictability in farming, it's almost impossible, right? Until now. Pivot Bio provides a more reliable, more predictable source of nitrogen. Pivot Bio delivers nitrogen directly to the plant throughout the growing season. Because it adheres directly to the root, Pivot Bio doesn't wash away in the rain. So plant more predictability next season with Pivot Bio. Learn more by contacting Don Morris at 989-239-2791 or Allie Morris at 989-780-3770 to get Pivot Bio products in your operation. Who do we have up now first?
Well, I said we'd talk with Craig Voorhees, and we will.
And we will.
But first, we got to get the plan of the week from Jerry Samalski. Jerry, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are we doing today?
Hey, we're doing real good. I hope that plan of the week likes rain.
Yeah, well, it'll take quite a bit. Yeah, plan of the week this week is viburnum. Again, as I've mentioned a lot of times, there's just so many different types of viburnum. But it's a great plant. There's some native varieties that have good berries. Others just bloom wonderfully well in the spring. Marisai is a horizontal growing plant with layers of lacy flowers. Spectacular plant in the spring. Their fall color is typically quite amazing. Some of them will take heavy amounts of shade. Others, a little bit of shade, and some, they'll all like it full sun. But it's just a wide variety of plants. Great plant. They're good for screening. Most viburnums are going to be in the 5 to 8 foot tall. So they're larger plants, and they do a great, great job. Wonderful plants, widely adaptable, very few insects and diseases. Again, everybody should have at least a dozen, Terry.
And you got them.
We do. We have all kinds of varieties. We are there weekdays 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2.
At Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Jerry, take care. Have a good one. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Terry. Bye.
You bet. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. Now, Craig Voorhees. Morning, Craig. How you doing?
Good morning, Terry. We're doing all right. How about yourself?
Hey, not too bad. I've noticed a few more trailers on the road these days.
That there is. We talked about trucks and truck drivers a couple days ago. Those trucks are pulling trailers, and those are one of the confusing things. Well, there's a lot of confusing things in the insurance world, but that seems to be a common confusion, is that your trailer gets covered from the vehicle pulling it, and there's only a few small instances where that happens. Basically, if you have a little utility trailer, yes, it will get liability coverage. But if you're pulling anything bigger, moving your side-by-side with a tandem axle trailer, or you're hooked onto the big 8-axle trailer for beat hauling, make sure those trailers are on your policy, because that's where they need to be in order to get the proper coverage.
Sounds good. Good advice. Craig, we'll talk to you again soon, okay?
All right, Terry. Thank you.
You bet. Craig Voorhees with the Rummel Agency. We're going to take a quick break, and then Joe Kramer.
Yes, indeed. We'll talk with Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission after this.
Experience the most reliable RTK signal from PC Ag Solutions, compatible with most GPS receivers. Trade in your old radio or modem and get an affordable subscription through us. We have over 25 base station locations across the Lower Peninsula, and we're always looking to add more to our network. Discover more power, more accuracy, and more coverage with our 450 megahertz signal. Call us to learn more today. PC Ag Solutions, 989-868-4444.
Beta Seed is known for an all-star lineup of experts, breeders, technicians, and scientists around a single goal, your continued success. This is Rob Gerstenberger reminding you that Beta Seed works hard to understand your challenges, goals, and opportunities. We have varieties bred to maximize tonnage and sugar while also managing disease, all developed and refined in your local grower fields. We know that you manage a lot of variables, but your Beta Seed team remains focused on one, grower satisfaction. Let me know how we've done and how we can build the next generation of seed together.
Frankenmuth Credit Union presenting our farm program for today. Frankenmuth Credit Union is open with lines of credit, equipment loans, financing for purchasing land, credit cards, and more. Stop by and see how they can be your hometown financial solution. Find out more by going to frankenmuthcu.org. We say good morning to Joe Kramer with the Michigan Bean Commission, and let's do a quick little harvest final report here so far. What did we wind up getting here, Joe?
Good morning, Terry. I think we actually had a Bean Commission meeting Monday night, when just snuck one in there when it rained and went around the room. Certainly a few beans still out in the countryside, but Neil French reports that locally here, 98, 99% done. I think I could round up about 10, 15,000 acres, but generally guys are really happy with quality and generally a little surprised at the yield. It was a little better than expected, but we did also point out one thing. The best yields were on bean fields planted after sugar beets. So we want to study that a little more and learn a little bit more about why that could be. So,
and now's a good time really to be looking at seed considerations too, right?
That was my next subject. I think there's a lot of interest in black beans in particular. I think we're going to have plenty of navy bean seed, but if guys are thinking black beans, you might. I would encourage you to chat with your seed providers and make sure you're on the list. I don't know that it's in short supply, but certain classes might, or certain varieties of certain classes might be tight.
Okay, good advice. Joe, take care. Have a good one. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Terry.
You bet. Jonathan, who do we have up now?
We're going to head over to Baird and Company and say good morning to Teresa. Teresa, how are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 15 at 33,651, 299 million shares traded. NASDAQ up 6 at 13,320, 351 million shares traded. Some items of local interest: Caterpillar at 258.05, down $1.17. Deere 382.72, up 49 cents. CMS Energy 53.93, down 2 pennies. Dow 49.91, up down 17 cents. DuPont 74.67, up 45 cents. Corteva is flat at 51.23. General Motors 29.67, up 19 cents. Trinzia 6.72, down 30 cents. Walmart at 161.25, down 29 cents. Huntington Bank 10.19, up 8 cents. Independent Bank 18.54, up 9 cents, and AT&T 15.31, up 99 cents.
You have a great day, Teresa. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Bye-bye.
All righty. Farm Service has been brought to you today by the folks at Weiss Equipment. Those Farm-All tractors are ready to do the job for you. They've got the wide selection, too. Farm-All A Series all the way up to the Deluxe Compact Farm-All C and C Series with cabs. They've got financing available and cashback savings as well. So contact the folks at Weiss Equipment today in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude with the playing of our national anthem.
From the premier